This has been absolutely heinous and horrific, something that the normal investigator, the normal prosecutor doesn't anticipate. So it's been very hard for everyone. The innocence of the child, the brutality of the act, which we can't comment specifically on at this point.
He told us that he administered drugs to the child. They were prescription drugs that the mother of the child was prescribed to. He then raped the child. The child then died, and he did try to clean her up with Clorox wipes.
He's getting the harshest punishment possible. He's got life on the back end and a significant sentence in the front. The death penalty is not an option in New York. I think all of us, digging deep in our souls, would like to see something like that happen to someone like that, but that's not the law. We're here to bring just a little tiny piece of healing. If it were up to me, I would want to make them whole, and that's absolutely impossible when you have a family member in front of you who's lost a loved one.
The fact that the age of the victim alone is difficult. You know, a lot of the fire guys, a lot of the police people have young children at home. So that alone is difficult. And then, you know, it's a homicide. You know, somebody lost their life.
In a tragic and horrifying incident, 3-year-old Josefina Cunningham was brutally murdered in Rensselaer County. The suspect, 34-year-old Robert Fisher, has confessed to the heinous crime. Police were dispatched to 1552 Broadway in response to reports of an unresponsive child. Upon arrival, they discovered Josephina, who was quickly transported to Albany Medical Center. Unfortunately, despite medical efforts, she was pronounced dead. During the initial response, Fisher attempted to prevent officers from entering the premises, further complicating the investigation. The nature of the case has been described by investigators and prosecutors as deeply disturbing, necessitating the involvement of multiple agencies to thoroughly investigate and gather evidence.
I can speak for myself and probably everyone behind me.
Fisher is scheduled to be sentenced on Tuesday, August 6th, in Rensselaer County Court. Josephina's family, devastated by the loss, is calling for the harshest possible punishment. They are advocating for the death penalty for Fisher, who, in a court appearance earlier this week, admitted to the rape and murder of the young girl.
He's getting the harshest punishment possible. He's got life on the back end and a significant sentence in the front. The death penalty is not an option in New York. I think all of us, digging deep in our souls, would like to see something like that happen to someone like that, but that's not the law.
This plea has only intensified the family's grief and their call for justice. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Josefina Cunningham, affectionately known as Josie, was a vibrant 3-year-old girl whose life was tragically cut short. Her innocent world was shattered when she was subjected to a heinous act of violence while under the care of Robert Fisher. Found unresponsive by her mother, the full extent of the horror slowly unfolded. Authorities determined that the young girl had endured unspeakable suffering, including rape, before succumbing to her injuries. The precise timeline of events is believed to fall between July 6 and July 7 of the previous year, a period during which Josie was entrusted to Fisher's care. Antonia Edwards, district attorney, said, "He was giving drugs to the child and then he had been performing a sexual act."
He told us that he administered drugs to the child. They were prescription drugs that the mother of the child was prescribed to. He then raped the child. The child then died, and he did try to clean her up with Clorox wipes.
Fisher, who had been staying with Josephina and her mother, was initially charged with obstruction of justice. Police stated that he attempted to re-enter the home during their investigation, leading to this charge.
The fact that the age of the victim alone is...
However, as the investigation progressed, authorities gathered sufficient evidence to charge him with more serious offenses, including aggravated sexual abuse and endangering the welfare of a child.
It is difficult. You know, a lot of the fire guys, a lot of the police people have young children at home. So that alone is difficult. And then, you know, it's a homicide. You know, somebody lost their life.
Fisher faces a sentence ranging from 20 years to life in prison for the murder he committed. Family members are advocating for a death sentence, expressing that life imprisonment is insufficient given the severity of the crime.
I want some good, straight detail. That can open up a lot of stuff. Trials like this usually, attract national attention, and this may open up some walls.
However, prosecutors have clarified that this is not an option since the state of New York has abolished the death penalty.
We're here to bring just a little tiny piece of healing. If it were up to me, I would want to make them whole, and that's absolutely impossible when you have a family member in front of you who's lost a loved one.
Despite this, the family remains determined to push for a harsher punishment, arguing that a life sentence does not adequately reflect the gravity of Fisher's actions.
Just helping grieve and stuff like that without crying, without even thinking about something positive.
According to Stewart, Fisher was a trusted family friend who was babysitting the young girl at the time of the crime. Police investigations revealed that he raped the girl sometime between 8 p.m. on July 6 and 7:20 a.m. on July 7, ultimately causing her death during the assault. In a court appearance on Tuesday, Fisher pleaded guilty to charges of second-degree murder and first-degree rape. Stewart, 23, recounted that he had always felt uneasy about Fisher from the moment Fisher began dating his mother. His discomfort turned to shock when Fisher confessed to the killing 2 weeks before his trial, in an attempt to secure a plea deal with prosecutors. This confession deeply unsettled Stewart, especially because Fisher had previously claimed innocence during his arrest, insisting to the police that he had done nothing wrong. Stewart's mother was also taken aback by Fisher's admission, having believed his initial declarations of innocence. Josephina Cunningham was described by her brother, Stewart, as bright, bubbly, and kind-hearted.
She would like to play around a lot with her toys and stuff like that. She always wanted to be a firefighter. That's what she wanted to do when she grew up.
The cause of death was homicidal violence resulting from a sexual assault. Fisher was immediately arrested and held without bail. Following Fisher's arraignment, tensions ran high, leading to shouting and altercations outside the courtroom. Josephina Cunningham was a cherished child who brought joy to her family. She would eagerly run into her brother's arms after returning from daycare in Rensselaer, New York. Stewart fondly recalled how she loved to play with her toys and had dreams of becoming a firefighter. Every day was a ritual, Stewart began, his voice thick with emotion. Her death not only devastated her family but also shocked the entire community, leaving a profound impact on all who heard her story. This detailed account aims to ensure that Josie's story is heard and remembered, shedding light on the horrific events and the subsequent legal proceedings that followed. The gruesome details of the crime shocked the community and emphasized the need for justice. Josie's death has had a profound impact on her family. Stewart, her brother, has been particularly affected. Determined to keep his sister's memory alive and spread awareness about her story, he created an Instagram page called The Story of Josephina Cunningham. "I want her story to be heard," Stewart said, expressing his commitment to ensuring that Josie's death is not forgotten. Stewart's efforts extend beyond social media. He is producing a documentary and has authored a book about his sister's case. For him, these projects are therapeutic, helping him cope with the unimaginable loss. "It's helped me heal," he shared. Stewart's dedication to preserving Josie's memory and seeking justice is a testament to the love he has for his sister. As the case progressed, Fisher eventually accepted a plea agreement. Assistant District Attorney Antonia Edwards explained that while negotiating pleas is typical in such cases, the brutality of Fisher's crimes was far from typical. Fisher's prior violent history and the horrific details he shared matched the evidence, leading to a plea deal that ensured he would face the harshest punishment possible. Mary Pat, a community advocate, expressed relief that Fisher was receiving a severe sentence. "He's getting the harshest punishment possible," she said. Stewart, on the other hand, was initially shocked to hear about the plea agreement. He had hoped for a trial that would expose all the details of the case. Despite his initial reaction, Stewart understood the importance of the plea deal in securing justice for his sister. He plans to attend Fisher's sentencing, a significant step in the long journey toward closure for Josie's family. The community's investment in Josie's case has been profound. From first responders to nurses and medical examiners, many have been deeply affected by the tragic loss of such a young life. This collective effort underscores the community's commitment to ensuring that Josie's death is not in vain. The widespread support has provided comfort to her family during this incredibly difficult time. As Fisher awaits sentencing, the investigation into Josie's death continues. Authorities are determined to uncover all aspects of the case, ensuring that no stone is left unturned. The parents of the child have been cooperating fully with the police, eager to see justice served for their beloved daughter. Josie's story is one of unimaginable tragedy, but it is also a story of resilience, love, and the unyielding pursuit of justice. Stewart's efforts to keep his sister's memory alive through social media, a documentary, and a book are commendable. His dedication serves as a powerful reminder that Josie's life, though short, had immense value. The case of Josephina Cunningham is a stark reminder of the darkness that can exist in the world, but it also highlights the light that can emerge from such darkness. The community's response, the relentless pursuit of justice, and the unwavering love of her family ensure that Josie will never be forgotten. Her story is a poignant reminder of the importance of justice, the power of love, and the need to remember and honor those who are no longer with us. As Robert Fisher faces the consequences of his horrific actions, the memory of Josie will continue to inspire and drive efforts to protect and cherish the lives of innocent children everywhere. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the family and friends of Josie. May her memory live on, and may her story serve as a catalyst for change, ensuring that such tragedies are prevented in the future.